Hi guys, this is Saurabh. Today I'd like to introduce you to the latest member of our OCD family. This is Kaale, my daughter's Speed 400. Though the bike has been with us for some time, but we have not been able to get time to work on the bike. The bike has done about 1,000 kilometers, but already in this time you will see that there are some signs of age. In this video, we will show you what you should be doing to a brand new bike to keep it protected and looking like new. When you get a new bike, there is a lot of confusion on what to do in terms of what accessories are required, what should you be actually putting in. There is a lot of confusion in the mind of the owner. Plus, another important thing is what kind of protection to apply. Whether the traditional waxes and sealants are sufficient, should you go in for PPF or should you go in for coating, and if you go in for coating, then what kind of coating. So in this video, we will dispel all these doubts and we will give you the best way to protect your bike, and in fact I'll tell you what all accessories are mandatory in terms of protecting your vehicle. As always, we start with deep cleaning the vehicle, and the first part is cleaning the chain. Keeping the chain clean is essential to maintaining its longevity. Dirt particles, they tend to erode the rubber O-rings that are keeping the grease on the rollers. Once the O-rings are gone, dirt gets into the grease and starts eroding the rollers, and that is the end of your chain. Hence, the need to keep it clean. Diesel is the best cleaner for your chain. It removes the dirt without drying out the O-rings. Spray it liberally and scrub with a brush. You follow it up by spraying the chain liberally with degreaser, scrubbing it with a brush, and then rinsing it off with water for a clean chain. Here we are cleaning out the accumulated grime and grease from all the moving parts. The intention is to get your vehicle cleaner than the day you took delivery. Now in this next step, we are pre-rinsing the vehicle to remove all the loose dirt. When spraying water on the bike, always take care that you are spraying water from the front towards the rear. Next, we start cleaning out the rims and tires using a degreaser and various brushes. Since the bike is fairly new, we did not feel the need to use a brake cleaner to clean out the calipers. Dirt really accumulates in the engine fans, and we need a long bristle brush to clean them out. It requires a lot of innovative use of different brushes to clean out the hard to reach areas. In the underseat area, we do not use any water, just spray some degreaser on a brush and scrub away all the dirt. Then use a microfiber to clean out the area. Same process is used to clean out the switchgear. Here the rear hugger is getting a good cleanup using a wheel brush. Here you will notice that the header is already tarnished. To clean it, we heat up the header pipe by running the engine for a minute and then spray a special chemical and then scrub it very gently with 00 grade steel wool. It is so satisfying seeing the tarnishing disappear in front of your eyes. Another intensely satisfying part is when we foam up the bike. Foam helps in breaking down any remnants of dirt that might be remaining. We try and remove all traces of dirt and grime from the bike before we touch the vehicle. This is to ensure that we do not instill any marring on the surface during the cleanup process. We always start from the top and work our way towards the bottom. A good hose down ensures that the vehicle is clean and there are no traces of dirt or grime anywhere. With this, the decontamination is complete and all that is left is to dry out the vehicle. We use a leaf blower to dry out the switchgear and remove water from crevices and all hard to reach areas. Any leftover water is likely to evaporate and will leave mineral deposits over time. This is the time where we dry out the chain thoroughly before we finally lube it. On examining the paint, we saw that there are some signs of hazing on the surface. The light is not absolutely true, and on the black panels you will see that there are some signs of swirl marks as well. Since the condition is not too bad, we used a medium grade compound on a wool pad to do the first step of correction. While polishing the surface, it's absolutely essential to ensure that there is not too much of weight on the surface. Notice how I'm actually holding the polisher and preventing the whole weight of the polisher from getting transferred onto the paint. Always keep the polisher flat on the surface, matching the contours of the surface. This prevents localized heating and paint burns. See how refined the surface looks after just one step. In the second step, we are using a finishing polish and a medium grade pad to really bring out the surface gloss and to remove those residual traces of holograms left behind by the wool pad. My dog is supervising the work. He'll make sure that I don't screw up anywhere. Now we are doing the final step of polishing. Here we are using Carpro Essence, which is a primer polish, and this will really take the gloss to a new level. Polishing a bike is a very tedious process because of the shape of the various surfaces. Here I'm all crossed up in trying to match the contours of the tank. This combination of essence and a soft pad really enhances the gloss. Now the bike is nearly ready for its coating. What we're doing here is using a panel wipe to ensure that there are no traces of dirt, dust or fingerprints on the surface. Each and every part of the bike will get a thorough wipe down with the panel prep or with isopropyl alcohol. I'm using Nano Graphene coating from ArtDeShine to protect the vehicle. This is by far the best coating I have ever used. If you notice, the coating is pretty viscous and it forms a layer that is extremely thick, much thicker than any coating I have ever used before. Generally, where coatings struggle to attain a thickness of even 2 microns, this coating will form a layer which is 8 to 10 microns in thickness, thus ensuring an extremely high level of protection. While protecting a bike, we ensure that each and every part gets a coating. Here we are using a special wheel coating which is temperature resistant to protect the alloys and calipers. The self-cleaning properties of the coating will help in keeping my bike clean. A high temperature resistant coating gets installed on the exhaust. These brushed metal parts get their own protection. Even the kickstand gets a coating. See, this is how we differ from all other detailers. Here we are using an engine protectant, and look at the level of detail. We are coating each and every individual fin of the engine. This coating, apart from increasing the aesthetics of the engine, are going to keep the engine absolutely clean. Here, even the crash guard and the swing arm are getting a coating. This special plastic and trim restorer and protectant will keep the plastics and switchgear looking absolutely black. As you can see that the bike is fully protected now. Each and every part of this bike has a ceramic coating on it. This will keep the bike looking like new, and at the same time ceramic coating has got phenomenal self-cleaning properties. So the bike is not going to gather as much of dirt and it will be very easy to clean. Now when I started the video, I said that we would be discussing what are some essential accessories required for the bike from the point of view of protecting the surfaces. Now this bike already comes with a wonderful crash guard. Crash guard is an essential accessory. In case the bike tips over, nothing else gets damaged. This will take on all the impact. The other thing that you generally need in our country where the roads are not very good is a radiator guard. So the bike already has a radiator guard here, and though this is plastic, but it is sufficient to protect the radiator from pebbles. The dash plate is already there, so no other things need to be added. Now the fuel tank is a high impact area. Generally you have a tendency while braking to slide on towards the fuel tank, and people do have a tendency of keeping stuff on the tank. Now this leads to a lot of scratches, and our whole idea is to prevent the bike from getting any scratches on the surface. So to protect the tank, you do need a tank pad. So I have got some wonderful accessories from Triumph. So this is the original Triumph tank pad. I will wait a day or so, allow the coating to cure, and then apply the tank pad so that the area where you are likely to mount onto the tank is protected. While riding, it is essential to hold on to the bike with your knees, especially while you're cornering and especially during braking. Now, when you hold the bike with your knees, there is always a chance that the paint is going to get some scratches. And at the same time, on the painted surfaces, you're not likely to get a very good grip. So we have these tank pads from Tyre, which we will be installing on the sides. So these will give a good traction. At the same time, will keep the paint protected from a high wear area. Here I am installing the tank pad. I have already made a marking, a template using masking tape. I am using alcohol wipes to clean out the area where the tank pad will be attached. This will ensure a good bond for the adhesive. This will prevent the tank pad from slipping off or coming off with the passage of time. Once the surface is clean, just remove the adhesive backing from the tank pad and lay it flat on the surface between the template that you've made, and from the bottom just stick it and press it firmly against the fuel tank. I use the exact same process to install the knee pads. I'll just shut up for a while so that you can see the installation. I use the horizontal contour line on the tank to do the installation, and see, it is perfect.